what's up everyone? Back to working on the Cressida. Kind of worked on it earlier today and yesterday, just didn't pick up the camera. Yeah, so we're kind of aiming to have the first start next weekend because, yeah, the harness is pretty much done. I think this is just spare wire, it is. Yeah, let's get all this crap out of here. A lot of this, you guys are probably gonna, some people are probably gonna talk shit, whoever watches the video and knows wiring, but it's what I can do and hopefully it works. But to start off with, we got the heat shield made for the ECU. I just gotta cut some like vacuum hose for like some rubber to go around it so it's not chafing on the harness. But yeah, here's my ignition. I'm probably going to shorten this wire actually. I might do that today, right now. But yeah, distributor is all wired. This was kind of a whole thing. Same thing with the grounds for all the sensors. And then even got this ECU ground that's going to get grounded to the intake manifold like the factory harness does. Got that taken care of. What else did I do? Oh, the injectors, they have power ran to them through the harness that will splice in with the 12 volt power for the ECU, which that's what I'm going to do now. This morning I went through and figured out all of my chassis connect things. This is the plug that goes into the harness for the rest of the car. So I just kind of got to remember what's what on this and then connect everything in. This is my coolant sensor for the cluster. One of these is my tach signal, and then, which I believe it's this one. I believe this is my tach signal. This is my 12 volt. So there's that. I also got to figure out, I'm probably just gonna run a whole new wire, but I want to try and have the ECU control the fuel pump. It's either that or run it to another auxiliary switch with a relay and do that whole thing, but we're going to start off with trying to see if we can get that stuff to work through the ECU so I don't have as many switches in the car. The only switch I have right now is for my auxiliary gauges, so boost gauge, AFR gauge, and my power steering. So, which is kind of nice because that's all you need. And then of course my starter is hardwired. But yeah, so kind of looking at the timeline right now, this week I'm going to try and get the transmission and diff put back in, get all this taken care of, get gaskets put in the intake manifold, new spark plugs put in, fluids, shoot timing, and hope to start this on a base map next Saturday. So kind of actually moving along, even with all the wrenches thrown in of me having to take, you know, a week or two away from the car to work on the G whenever it goes down. Considering, when did we take this car apart? I feel like it was mid-July, which I can actually look at my Instagram. July 8th, so beginning of July. There's the post on my Instagram. Somewhere around there. I don't think I made that post on the day we did that, but yeah. So July 8th, it is August 20th, so give or take a month and a half to 2 months. We'll say 2 months, but that's also with, you know, a few weeks being taken away to work on the G, and then also a lot of that time wasn't really working on the drivetrain. It was trying to figure out the quarter panels, the bodywork, that stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get cracking on this. Maybe set you guys up to explain what I'm doing, but yeah, that's where we're at with the car. Super close. I didn't realize we were this close. So yeah, depending on what JoJo and Aaron have going on, maybe get the car tuned sometime in September. That'd be cool. So this thing could actually make power. We can drive it around for the last couple of nice months we have before she goes down for body work. Which I know body work is probably going to take some time, so I'm expecting that we're going to roll out with this car with the new front end, which I'm actually up in the air if we're going to do that or not. But yeah, new front end, quarters, flares, all that. We're probably going to roll out next season, at least start the season with mismatched colors, if not being primered. But at least we'll have the car back up and running for a couple months before the end of the year. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and put you guys down, get all set up, get ready to go, and we'll crank this out. All right, so this is probably about what I'm gonna get done tonight, but yeah, we got the whole harness loomed, even the part that goes to the inside of the car to get for the interface into the chassis. But yeah, it's all loomed all the way up to here, which is kind of my little rat's nest. But I kind of started plugging things in just to double check and make sure nothing was too short. So I'm currently debating if I want to kind of leave it like this, which I kind of don't because my OCD is kicking in and this just looks terrible. But yeah, so this is the last part that I have to loom for tomorrow. I'm probably going to go ahead and take this off to get the gasket put in there and then get this fully bolted on. Oh, and the harness ground, which I'm going to put to the rail like it was with the factory harness. So just put it there, get that all bolted up, finish looming it. Probably going to figure out a vacuum line for that, but yeah. Intake manifold and the throttle body, get those gaskets all set up, and get this. What I'm also going to do is get the car up on jack stands and start prepping to get the transmission and everything put back in. So we are actually, as long as this works, my kind of hack job bullshit harness, this is kind of my first time doing big wiring stuff, so this is a big learning experience for me. As long as this works, and we'll find out once I'm able to connect my laptop to it, which I actually got to order the tuning cable so that I can just double check everything. As long as that works and the whole harness has power and we can read all the sensors and everything, which no, because I got to order, I'm gonna order that cable tonight, and as soon as it comes in, I'm gonna go ahead and just plug into the car. Not to start it, but just to double check and make sure that, okay, everything's wired correctly, we're not having any weird issues or weird gremlins. But yeah, so prep for the transmission and the diff to go back in. Probably after work, I'm gonna go ahead and just run straight to O'Reilly's to pick up fluids and just a couple little things we need. I'm probably also gonna get heat tape for the little heat shield for the harness that David made, which is this little thing right here. Kind of flimsy, but I feel like with some like heat resistant tape or something put on here, it'll help out a little bit on blocking the ECU. But yeah, so just gotta do that. I gotta hit up my buddy to see if I can borrow his timing light so we can make sure that's all good. And yeah, that's probably gonna be it for tonight. Yeah, I'll probably pick this video back up tomorrow and just have this be another 2-day video, and then yeah, go from there and figure out what's going on. So I will see you guys tomorrow, and you guys have a good night.